trust your friends. Listen to them when they're talking about your friends that are not there. That's how you can know who to trust amongst your friends, because they don't want to hurt your feelings. They know you are not there, so they can talk because your feelings won't be hurt. So sometimes to trust your friends, to know who is trustable. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to yet another episode with me, John Gora, and it's my pleasure to thank you for being supportive, subscribing at my YouTube channel, also liking, commenting, and sharing with your friends. And I feel honored by that gesture. So let's get to today's topic. And what I want to talk about tonight is understanding the way to live a simple life. That simple life can never be defined by another person that is not living that kind of life. And the meaning of my statement is you cannot define simple life by basically looking at how somebody's living, by basically looking at what people buy, by basically looking at other people's lifestyle, and then you judge them, or you tell that they are living a simple life or they are living an extravagant life. You see, in this world we have a lot of differences, and somebody reminded me that we have 5 fingers, and these fingers are not same. When you look at their heights, they are not same, and it means that sometimes what you feel is extravagant to some people is the least they can afford. And sometimes when you think some people are so mean to themselves, that is the most they can afford. Therefore, living a simple life depends on the person who is living it, the person who makes a decision to live that life. Therefore, there are some things that we need to look at when you want to have a simple life, when you decide to become a person who wants to live a simple life. One of these things that we need to understand is we need to start judging our days by how many things and people we have helped. In other words, how many seeds have you planted in a day? That is what should define what your day is. Many times people judge their day by how much they have pocketed, other than the seeds that they have planted. You see, when you are making profit, when you are making an income, when your business is flourishing, sometimes you have to think back, get back into yourself and ask yourself that along the way, when this profit was being made, how many people along the way earned something for themselves? How many people gotten something out of the profit that I have gotten? With this, you start to regain, you start to get how to get your life simple. Sometimes look at life this way. We don't invest in anything, but we complain and we expect to collect. At times, we don't invest, we don't complain, but we want to collect. And sometimes we invest, we don't complain, but we want to collect very fast. And sometimes we invest, we collect, and then we get stuck and we quit because we are not waiting for our investments to grow. We are not waiting for what we need to mature to get to something else. So these are the kind of things that make our lives to be so difficult. We fail to see what John C. Maxwell calls blind spots. Blind spots are some of the things that are in us, the weaknesses that are in us, but we can never see them unless we get somebody who is genuine, somebody who is trustworthy. And these people are either our parents, our managers, our line managers, our colleagues, or people we can trust. Those who can poke our blind spots, those who can nurture us. Sometimes they're called mentors. These are the people who will tell you what you are not doing right. because blind spots are not so easy to see. So when you listen to his podcast, when he talks about blind spots, he's trying to bring it into your understanding that there are some things that are making your life so difficult, and these are what he calls blind spots. So blind spots, when they come into your life, they blind you. In simple words, they make you blind such that you cannot see that you are doing a mistake. You cannot see that you have just invested like yesterday, and therefore the second day or third or fourth or the first month or the first year cannot give you the produce or the profit that you are looking for. And then your life starts to be miserable. Your life turns to be something so difficult, which is not simple life. Think about other people. Think about your friends talking to you. How much do you value other people's opinion? This is also another way of living a simple life. How well do you value other people's opinion? How well do you listen to understand as opposed to listening to respond? You see, we are in a world that is so much opinionated that each and every one of us feels that they are right. And to make the matters even worse, we have reached a point where when you believe in something and I don't believe in that same thing that you believe in, then we are not together. We are not friends. You cannot love me. Like, you can only love me when you believe in what I believe in. And therefore, it makes life so complicated. It complicates life such that we cannot come together. We cannot put our minds together. We cannot think together, even with different opinions. You see, the reason why there are different opinions is because there is what we call growth. And you cannot grow with what you know. You grow with what you don't know. And therefore, that's why somebody comes with a different opinion to open up your mind, to open up your eyes, to open up your environment, to make it wide. So when you start to appreciate other people's opinion, when you start to value other people's opinion, you start to live a simple life. That is what we call a simple life. It is valuing other people's opinion. It's appreciating them. You value their own feelings. And you see, the thing is, you should not allow other people's opinion control your feelings or control your emotions, because listening to them helps you a lot. Because it is worth listening to other people's opinion. It is worth understanding that an engagement table is a table that has got knowledge, and knowledge can never come from one side. When you are two people that have different opinion, you should expect and you should treat the other opinion just as yours is, even though it comes a time where you have to choose between yours and the other person's opinion. But giving it a respect, valuing it, is much more important than just listening to it. And you see, you should never allow other people's opinion control you emotionally or control your feelings, but you must always give it a listening ear. Because when you listen to such kind of opinions, it helps you to develop your own opinion. It helps you also to understand your environment more than when people don't speak. And lastly, treasure your experience more than you treasure your possession. To explain this a little bit, is like, you see, the possession comes from a process, and the process is what we call the experience. So you can learn to be simple or to have a simple life when you treasure the process, the journey through which the possession came in place. But you see, most of us forget about the journey. They forget about the process, where and once that is done, they start stepping on people because they have a possession. They start to disrespect people, disregard the values that makes up the society because of the possession. But when we all remember the process, the experience, when we treasure it, we can never have a difficult life. Our lives will be so simple. Our lives will be as easy as just getting asleep. Number 2, be grateful for anything that you have, because we are reminded that the very little thing that you have at this moment, somebody else is really looking for it. Therefore, be grateful. Say thank you. Say thank you to somebody. Say thank you to God. Say thank you for even a small glass of water that you receive, or even something you buy from the shop. Be grateful for it. Be grateful for that guy who served you, because perhaps if it were not for him, you would not drink that water. You can have money, but if somebody who's selling water is not available, you cannot drink your money. You'll need to drink water. And number 3, which is the last thing that you should remember, express your feelings. Let your voice be heard. Be ready to speak out. And sometime, try to find somebody that you trust. Your wife, your brothers, your sisters, your mother, or simply your parents, or even your friends. I know it's so difficult, even for me, to find somebody that I can trust. And you see, when you want to trust your friend, this is a very simple secret that I want to tell you. This is from my side. Nobody told me about this, but I just found out that it is the best thing to use to know how to trust your friends. People say that good friends are those who don't speak at your back. They are people who speak at your front. But take it this way. To trust your friends, listen to them when they are talking about your friends that are not there. That's how you can know who to trust amongst your friends. Because when you are there, when people talk in front of you, they will always want to praise you. But when you are away, they will want to open up. Not necessarily to undermine you, but open up to tell the truth, because they don't want to hurt your feelings. They know you are not there, so they can talk, because your feelings won't be hurt. So sometimes, to trust your friends, to know who is trustable amongst your friends, listen to them discuss your other friends when they are not there. Until there, we finish our episode today, and I want to remind you that you are so awesome, beautiful, and supportive. But the most important thing that you can do for me, if you are first time here watching this video and you have not subscribed to my channel, I ask you to do it. Just see the red button there, click it, subscribe to it, and you can as well click to that notification bell so that you can receive the next video that I'll be publishing every time that I do that. Until there, cheers, keep safe, and always remember that a simple life is not what you spend, is not how you spend it, is not how extravagant you are. A simple life is how much seed you have planted. It is how happy you are when you're planting that seed. And a simple life is simply what makes who you are. Cheers, guys. My name is John Gora, the Motivator. Goodbye for now.